and if you're willing to pay, then you can enroll for it. Now, the Udacity provides a nano degree, which are mostly paid courses, and the concepts are taught rigorously and are explained in depth. Here you will have assignments and quizzes to submit, and only when you're approved, you will get a certificate. Now, also another thing is that there's also another event, which is the Google is collaborating with Udacity, and you will be able to access courses for free in any of these topics. And another one that I would like to talk about is that Udacity is organizing a technology scholarship program. This scholarship is open to any student 18 years of age or older interested in Azure Cloud, business analytics, or machine learning. So the application closes on November 30th, 2021, and 15,000 students will be selected to participate in cloud, data science, or AI courses. The recipients will spend 2 months learning, and the top students will earn a full nano degree program scholarship. So I request all of you guys here to register for this, and if you guys have any doubts, you can always approach us anytime. So do you guys have any doubts? If you guys have any doubts, you can put it in the chat or feel free to unmute and ask. I am assuming that there are no doubts. So these platforms provide you a huge opportunity to discover where you stand and where your interest lies. So I would like you all to check out all these websites when you're free and take up the courses which interests you. Thank you. Moving on to Amoga.
Thank you, Nandita. Now we're going to be talking about the famous coding platforms. These HackerRank and LeetCode are two of the most commonly used coding platforms. So what is HackerRank and LeetCode? So HackerRank and LeetCode are platforms to help you enhance your skills, expand your knowledge, and prepare for technical interviews. Programmers from all over the world come together to solve problems in a wide range of computer science domains, such as algorithms, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and also to practice different programming paradigms like functional programming. So programming paradigms is basically like programming styles, like functional programming, object-oriented programming. So one can also practice coding and learn many languages using the tutorials in HackerRank. You can also get certified courses here. So now I will take you to the interface of that. So this is how the HackerRank interface looks like as soon as you log in and sign up. So this is the main navigation bar on top, and you have 4 tabs in this. So first tab says prepare. So here it shows your preparation if you've started in anything. So for example, if I've clicked C programming, and it shows you your preparation, and you can click continue preparation. And here it has a wide range of challenges that you can solve and complete your preparation in C language. So if you click on solve challenge, it gives you the objective, basically the goal of the question and what it's expecting from you and the question itself. And then it gives you an example as to what the required output should be. So you can type in this input. And then it gives you sample inputs as well to check your output. And you have a console here in which you can type your code. And when you run code, it will show you if there are any errors. And when there's no errors, you can submit your code and you can finish this particular challenge. So now we also have a prepare by topics thing here in HackerRank. So here there are a lot of topics like C++, Python, C, database, Linux shell if you want to run on shell commands. And you can check them out and you can start your topic-wise preparation just like at the C one. So you have to solve all the challenges and run your code. So coming to certify. So HackerRank has a lot of courses in which you can get certified. So as Nandita said, you can take any courses from Udemy, Udacity, or Coursera and come here and solve the problems and get certified. So it's like HackerRank gives you a certification in that particular subject to verify that you have knowledge in that subject. So say we want JavaScript basic. So we go to get certified and you take the HackerRank skills test. And according to that, it will show you if you're certified in that, if you pass in that or not. So we have a lot of options here. There's a variety from which you can choose, like Node.js, JavaScript, and CSS you can use for front end. And there's also SQL Basic and SQL Intermediate for all the databases that we have. So you can choose any of them from here and start your progress in your journey. So coming to compete, it shows a leaderboard and it shows all the active contests. So here there's an active contest, which is Project Euler Plus. So if you want to register to this, you have to sign up and then register to this particular contest, which is running right now. You can also take a look at the archived contests, which are ended right now. But you can see the challenges and you can also begin and check out the leaderboard, and it'll be like a good practice. You can also filter it by the language or the topic or whatever it is. Suppose I want to do only in C and C++. So it will show me all the archive challenges in that particular domain. So moving on to apply. So in HackerRank, you can also apply for internships or your dream job. So here there are a lot of internships. It is not sorted. It will show you everything that is available. So if you want to sort it, you can click for the role. Say I want a backend developer. So I click backend developer and I click the location, that is California. So here it will show you all the jobs that are present in that location for that particular role. So you can click on that and register, and then it shows you all the qualifications, the prerequisites, and everything else related to the job. So that is about HackerRank. Now moving to LeetCode. LeetCode and HackerRank are similar, and they both are popular coding platforms, as I mentioned earlier. So LeetCode has this Explore, even that has a navigation tab on top. It has Explore. So in Explore, first you have all the featured ones which are popular or which are currently in use. So here you have Arrays 101. So if you want to learn all about arrays, you can click on this, and there are top interview questions, and there's Google interview over here. So it also shows you how many chapters are there and how many items are there and everything. So you can have an overview of everything and then get into it, and it'll be good for your time management as well. So you can plan and proceed. And then we have interview set of preparation courses for which you have to take premium. So there's Google interview, Facebook, Microsoft, Amazon, all the top questions, everything that you need to know about it, Apple. And then here there's learn. So here there are so many data structures, as you can see. There's graph, array, linked list, binary tree, and there's recursion, which is a very important topic for all the programming languages. So you can check that out. And moving on to problems. So this is basically all the problems in LeetCode. It has just sorted it randomly by all the topics. But if you want to randomly pick one, you can also click here. It'll just give you a program randomly. But if you want to sort it, you can start searching from the questions, or the keywords are here, like database, dynamic programming, binary search. So if you want any of these related questions, you can click here. And you can also set a range, which is difficulty for easy, medium, or hard. So if you're a beginner, then I would suggest you to start from easy. So you can take all these, you can click on this and then you can execute it. And here, just like HackerRank also, it tells you to it tells you the objective of the code and what it's expecting from you as the output. And they also give you sample inputs. So you can put all of these sample inputs here, and you can check which one, you can check if all of them are coming correctly as the output given here. So you can verify your code. And you can also change the language here. If you're not comfortable with C++, you can take Java or Python, or there's a variety of languages used in LeetCode. So coming to interview, there's online interview or assessment. So you can take the mock assessment, and you can check your progress, and you can assess yourself on how well you've been prepared, or what else you're lacking in, and what you need to improve more on. So that's about that. And in the beginning, you'll just get random set of questions from a real company. But if you want, you can also subscribe to the premium and look for Google related or Facebook related questions. And then there's contests. So in LeetCode, there's a thing called weekly and bi-weekly contests. So these are for 1 hour, 30 minutes, both of them, each of them, LeetCode, bi-weekly and weekly. So they're virtual, the contests are virtual. So if you want to take these, then this has basically started on October 17th and at 8 a.m. and the duration is 1 hour, 30 minutes. So you can click on this and you can take this weekly test, read all the rules and regulations. And here it also shows a leaderboard from people across the world who have taken up these contests. So you can track your progress here as well, and you can see you can also view their location or where they're from. So, and these are like the weekly and bi-weekly contests, which are going to start in like which is a nearby date. So here this starts on October 24th, that is tomorrow. So you can register to this. And this is a bi-weekly contest that starts on October 30th. So you can register to this as well. And the duration is also given. And then there's this other tab called Discuss. So Discuss is basically like users using LeetCode, write and anonymous confessions or anonymous tips and tricks, everything. So first, in this, there are subtopics as well. So first is interview questions, where everyone puts in the interview questions, helpful things or from their own experience that you can see and you can refer to. And then next is interview experience, where they would have shared their review and feedback on it. And you can also see the tips and tricks to solve, or the do's and don'ts, the disadvantages and advantages. So you can check all that out here. And then you can keep clicking next. There are so many pages here from all the anonymous users or the users who are. So there's compensation and career. So career, in this, they basically tell you if you want like what to choose, front end or back end. You can ask a question like that and somebody might reply to that, and that might be helpful for you. So here someone has asked, how much can I get for SD3 role at Ola? So somebody might have answered for that, and you can check out all those here. It might be helpful for you as well if you might be searching for it. And then there's a study guide. So basically in this, they put in all the resources, the links, everything which might be helpful for people in this domain. So it shows you here all the mock interview video series, and there's questions to solve on LeetCode, the top questions that you might want to solve to increase your skill set. So after that, there's general discussion, which is about general topics like any new launches in the technological field or anything like that, or what is new at LeetCode, and LeetCode interviews and things like that. And then there's support and feedback, where you can give your feedback or ask questions, and then you can have answer from anyone. Now in the store, there's premium. This is the payment. You'll have to pay for this and register for it. And in this, like those Google courses that I spoke about over here, you can have access to all of them here, the interviews and everything. So you have to upgrade to premium for that. So that is about HackerRank and LeetCode. So if any of you have any doubts, you may ask. You can send in your doubts in the chat box as well. Okay, so I guess we can move forward. Now I would like to hand it over to Samson.
Hey guys. I'm pretty sure after watching all this, learning about HackerRank, LeetCode, and all the course platforms, you might feel a bit overwhelmed at how vast the whole programming world is, as how wide the options are. But let me introduce you to your best friend, Geeks for Geeks. I'm pretty sure if you have ever coded, you would have come across Geeks for Geeks, as it's your one-stop shop for all your programming needs. Geeks for Geeks is an online educational platform that is made for programmers by programmers. And what this means is it's a forum where you get to interact with professionals and other programmers who are here to help your whole experience coding a much smoother one. If now I would like to show you the interface. When you log into your Geeks for Geeks account, or when you open Geeks for Geeks, you will find this page greeting you. Yes, it might seem like there's a lot of things in your face, but don't worry, it's quite simple to use. In Amrita, the first course, the first programming language you will learn is C programming. So let's start off with that. Go to tutorials, and in languages,
Just a sec.
in languages, you will find all the various languages that programmers these days use, from C all the way to Kotlin. So as we mentioned, C, so let's go with C programming. This will link you to the C programming language basics. As you scroll down, you will find a lot of links and a lot of subheadings. Don't worry, this is not a lot. What Geeks for Geeks does is it breaks down the whole syllabus into small bite-sized subheadings that you can finish in about 5 minutes at most. So for example, take C language introduction, the first basics that you'll be basics of C programming. So this whole page will take you at most 5 minutes to go through. It's simple simple language that you will understand in a flash. You also have examples that you can execute, and you basically learn in real time. As you proceed, you have examples right in front of you that you can execute. You do not need a separate IDE. That is, you don't need a separate integrated developing environment to execute these programs. You have it all right in front of you. So this makes the whole experience more smoother. And once you're done, scroll down, you go to the next topic, and so on and so forth. The most important point to remember is do not overfill your plate. Do not try to learn multiple programming languages simultaneously. Programming languages have a tendency to be very similar to each other, but have vital differences. A code that works on C will not work on C++. And if you confuse yourself with various syntaxes, you might not be able to get the right, you might confuse yourself while writing a program, and that will make your whole experience bitter. But a programmer's life does not end only with languages. If you go to the tutorial submenu, you will find other subheadings such as DS and algo, that is data structures and algorithms, and more in-depth of those. You'll find CS subjects such as mathematics, operating systems, computer networks, compiler design, etc., which help you make better programs that run efficiently, which is vital for a programmer these days. You can't make your program run for days now. But the most important aspect of your tutorial subheading is the GATE section. GATE is a national exam that is offered and evaluates students, which private sector industry uses to evaluate how well the student knows a particular topic and how good he will perform. Here you will find other people who have taken their exam, giving their notes, materials, question papers, and most importantly, you'll find discussion pages. You will find answers to all your questions and all your queries. Now, once you're done with all the basics, you can move on to the students submenu. The student submenu is where it helps you become a better student in college. In college, you'll have various hackathons, you'll have different events, etc., where you'll have competitive coding, competitive programming. Here, you will find tips and tricks and shortcuts to win these competitions. It'll show you all the tidbits that are essential in making coding more easier, to get your logic faster, to think smarter and efficiently. You will also find interview patterns, as mentioned in other course platforms and coding platforms. But Geeks for Geeks is more beginner friendly. It's more of a dabble into the water. I'm pretty sure you've also heard of Stack Overflow, but Stack Overflow is something that industry specialists use, and it involves more in-depth research. However, Geeks for Geeks is more towards it's more dedicated towards the student by these professionals who know what they're doing. Now that you are familiar with languages, you can always contribute to Geeks for Geeks. You can make posts, articles, etc. And the more you post, you can you see these geek on the top, a geek of the month, etc. The more posts you make, you yourself can become one of those. You'll be featured on the Geek Week or Geek on the top. Next thing, once you're done with student life, you come to jobs. In the job submenu, you will find apply for jobs and post the job. Obviously, we are not going to be posting a job. In the apply for job submenu, you will find various posts similar to HackerRank and LeetCode, where you can apply for jobs that you will find useful, that are more intern friendly and beginner friendly. And you do not need a premium subscription for all of this. So if you have any questions regarding Geeks for Geeks, I'll be happy to help you out. You can always type down your questions in the chat if you feel a bit shy to speak up. And it's also a side note, Geeks for Geeks has answers. You will find answers to most programs on Geeks for Geeks, but that does not mean you should be using it to cheat on your quizzes. Learn from it, but do not misuse it. All right? Let's proceed to the next slide since I think you guys have no queries. We have Class Central. Nandita explained to you about Udacity, Coursera, and Unacademy, etc. These are all course platforms, but finding the right course for you can be a tedious process since you'll have to look through all these different websites. Class Central makes the whole process easy. It makes online education more easy and accessible, as you find links to all these courses in one spot. I will give you a quick run through the interface. So here, when you open classcentral.com, you will be greeted by this page. Here, let's take C programming. I will type C programming in the search bar. And it will show me results for all the courses that are available in various platforms from YouTube, Udemy, and Coursera, and especially free ones. Because as we know, it's better to take free courses than to take ones that cost you a lot. For example, let's take C programming using Linux tools and libraries. Yeah. This course is offered by EDX. You can see to your right side, it's free, it's in English, and you find all the details and an overview for it. Remember that Class Central organizes its files based on reviews. So a better a review is, the higher it will be in your search result. Choose the one that the pace that you would want. In the same, if you go back, on the left, scroll up, please. On the left, you will find a filter that helps you choose how exactly you want to be taking the course. How do you want it self-paced? Do you want it with certification? Do you want a free course, beginner, intermediate, etc.? Basically, it's a more curated form of which course and from where you want it. And on the right, you'll find how long it will take to finish the course. How is the course, from which organization is offering that course. So Class Central is basically a one-stop shop place to find links to all your other course platforms. If you have any questions on how to use Class Central, etc., I will be glad to take it up right now. You can always speak up and ask me questions as well. Feel free to interrupt right now. I will take that you guys have no questions. Moving on to the next slide. Google. We all use Google as a vital part of our daily life. And especially as students, Google is our savior. But do we really know how to Google effectively? Generally, we type long questions and paragraphs in the Google search bar. This is not at all helpful, and you will usually find yourself searching through the different pages of Google, going all the way to the second page. So here, I will teach you how to effectively improve your search results. When you're searching for a result, use only essential keywords. Skip out on the the's, the earth, and the ands, the articles, the prepositions. Focus on only the vital things that are necessary. Use backslash between these keywords. The algorithm understands better to filter your search results based on the words within these backslashes. Also, the order of the words that you're using is essential. The algorithm that Google uses to search first analyzes, it goes word for word. So it finds the first word and checks and gives you results based on it. And then the next word and so on. But the most vital part, the most beautiful part of Google is also its downfall. It tries to find its results as fast as possible. That means if your most important word is not in the beginning, you might have to be searching for your needle in this haystack of results. Other refinements that you can make for your web searches are using quotation marks. Use quotation marks around words that you want to be essential in your search result. Use a plus sign to include that particular word in your search result, minus to exclude the word, and if you're looking for prices on products, use the dollar sign. I would like to show an example of this. So, for example, if I would want to find the code for repeating pattern on C, I type out what is the code for a repeating pattern on C, and I hit enter. As you can see, Google here is giving me various results. See exercises, display the pattern like a pyramid with a number, see exercise, etc. Now, what would happen if I use the backslash? All I have to type is C because it's my most essential word, repeating pattern because that is what I want, because that's the code's essence, and then code because what I want is the code. So hit. Here you'll find tutorials, the most easy way to understand something right at the first. Doesn't that improve your search results? So use these key points to make searching on Google more effective and more faster. Do you guys have any other questions regarding how to search better on Google? I'll be glad to take it up. I'm going to take that you have no more questions. Feel free to post it even after I'm done. We will always look into it and reach out and answer your question. So don't be bothered about you having to have your questions right now. So with all of that done, we would like to conclude. Yes. So which one should we use? Since we have a lot of options right now, we have explained a lot of variety. You might be wondering which is the best to use, or which is the most expected of a student to be used. There is no such criteria. Find your comfort zone. Find what works for you, because it's all about how you are learning. So try them all, learn how each one works, and find your perfect match. Find your perfect fit. And then take a decision, especially when you're taking paid courses. Always check through the free courses, look through all of it, and then if you feel like that isn't sufficient, only then proceed to the paid courses. Some honorable mentions for coding platforms and course platforms are Algo Expert and Free Code Camp. Those two are very commonly used coding platforms. They are very similar to HackerRank and LeetCode. And then you have course platforms like edX, Google Course List. Free Code Camp also offers courses, tutorials points, and W3 Schools. W3 Schools is quite similar to Geeks for Geeks, but it's more course oriented than an IDE. Tutorials point is also similar, where it gives you basic run through all of those languages and other stuff. And then you have Free Code Camp, which gives you which gives you an IDE as you learn.